all, in this video I'm gonna compare different painting tools from Rebelle 5, the powerful software from Escape Motions. The goal is to paint a few different versions of the nice composition based on the reference photo that I took in the Burgess Botanic Garden in Stockholm. As usual, I'm preparing a quick, messy sketch, just to catch a vision. A soft pencil is picked up. When an initial sketch is ready, I do a more sophisticated one. This is just my rule. Starting with watercolors. I will reveal a curiosity. The painting prepared with watercolors is the one that cost me the least amount of time. Just a few brush strokes give us a very nice effect. As you can notice, I'm using a filbert brush with high water content and medium opacity. Look, this tool is like a real fluid medium. Now my canvas is wet. When I'm glad about the result and want to stop the paint flow or the mixing of wet paints, I usually dry the layer. In example, by using Shift+D shortcut. Now I'm painting with a small liner brush with decreased water content, circa 35%. I'm enabling pigments to add distinct white traces. This is a special button next to blending modes. Picking up a splat brush to paint her. Okay, now pastels are in the game. This tool requires a different approach. The colors are more clear and very opaque. I'm painting with the round, soft pastel. Use the thin pastel to add fine lines. This is the time for markers. In my opinion, it's a very easy tool. However, if you want to make your painting look like it is made by real markers, you should think about how you usually use their natural counterparts. I mean in the reality. And this is my general advice. It regards pencils, crayons, etc. For example, it's nice to leave some uncolored spaces. You can also cross-hatch to affect the brightness of the image. It's up to you. Now I'm using a bullet soft marker for shading and a chisel for fine parts. White opaque markers are maybe not usual, but I want to add some bright accents on petals. Therefore, the pigment button is on. There are many brushes in the acrylics and oils section. I'm starting with the flat dry to make highly pigmented areas. Now the dry knife is picked up with oiliness set to almost the maximum. The fast bristle brush gives the impression of texture creating. Now the filbert dirty brush is picked up. As you can see, I'm constantly changing my approach, and that's okay. You can smudge your paints, you can dry them and make them wet again. There's a wide field to explore. Last but not least, pencils. I usually use a soft pencil 2B. If you want to, you can pick up charcoal, powder, textures and others. This time I'm imagining that there is a simple box of crayons next to me. I'm making broken lines with narrow gaps for shading. In my opinion, painting tools from Rebelle are perfect to emulate the look or feel of their natural counterparts. Strongly recommend Kuzayova.